Welcome back to Better Than Fiction with Jeanette and Eden. May is done. June is here. I have not read.
Ooh, slumps.
Slumps are tough. I did read half of a book.
And half, beginning half.
Beginning half of a book.
Excellent.
Could you imagine just reading the last half of a book?
People do because they just want to hit the happy ending. And you know, it's a thing.
That couldn't be me. But anyway, I read first half of The Cat Who Saved the Library. It is the kind of a sequel to The Cat Who Saved the Books, which if you've not read that, go read it. It is so quotable and has a very great message about reading and literacy. So highly recommend. The first half is very good. I'll get through it on one of my lunch breaks at some point. But that's my wrap up for May.
May's hard.
Mm-hmm.
May has the season change, graduations, lots of weddings in May. Not to mention it's your first get out of the house month, totally when the weather's perfect to do the yard work, the garden goes in. So it's really rough. We don't even, do programming in May for all of those reasons.
Yeah.
We know the attendance is low. I had a reading slump mid-May. I struggled, for me not to do anything for almost 2 weeks. I couldn't finish, couldn't focus.
Yeah.
But I did read way more than Eden, even though the bar was low.
Didn't take much.
It did not take much, but it also didn't go overboard either. So my number was Maud's Line by Margaret Rebel. It was shortlisted for the Pulitzer years ago. Fantastic book. Highly recommend if you liked Kristen Hanna's Four Winds. This book takes a look at the Cherokee Indian tribe in that same Oklahoma location, Dust Bowl, Great Depression, their trials, tribulations. And what's really interesting is they really look at the ramifications of having their ancestors on that Trail of Tears. So these are folks that had, of course, the Cherokees originated on the eastern seaboard, Tennessee, in that area, and then with the Trail of Tears taken to Oklahoma. So not only do you have that role playing in, but you have, more contemporary issues. Would highly recommend. I'm showing this to you now simply because it's already been checked out. I had given my copy to the library and it's already checked out. So, yay.
Speaking of, I'm going to jump on you. Speaking of the Great Depression, we have a great Great Depression era program in July.
Yes.
Economy and Effort, cooking and cleaning.
Yes.
You should register.
Absolutely should.
Back to TBR.
Because we only have limited seats.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, yes. So I struggled a little bit with the prompt last month, a cozy fantasy. I'm not usually a cozy reader at all.
No.
So that was a struggle. When I read fantasy, which I do enjoy,
Epics. Sagas.
Yes, I want epics. I want sagas. I've read a few cozies, and they've just not been my thing.
No.
But I did find one that we're counting because it's pretty. It's about some time travel, so it is fantasy. It's called On the Calculation of Volume 1.
Yeah.
It is a translated book that was shortlisted for the Booker. I believe it was the Booker.
The International Booker.
The International Booker, yes. Very good. It's a little hard to wrap your head around at the very beginning because you're trying to figure out what's going on. But short book, but takes longer to read than you think. But would recommend it. If you want something a little different.
On a big cliffhanger, though, too.
It did. There are actually 7 small volumes in this collection. So the library has 1 and 2. I have a feeling I'm going to have to order the rest of them because I'm just going to have to finish and figure out what they figure out. It is a good book. A definite read me and order book set.
Yeah.
A couple of other things I did finish. I finished an audiobook called Frida and Kate.
Oh, yes.
I have been recommending this to all the staff.
Yeah.
And it's done in dual voices. And actually, it counted off as It could have worked for about bookstores, could have worked about writers,
And characters connecting through books.
and characters connecting through books. It's about two women. One's in Paris, France at the time, and the other one is working in a bookstore in Oregon, and they connect through letters and about books. And you go through all of these different things with this connection without them ever meeting.
I read a book similar to like that too.
Similar. I won't give away the whole book, but at first I'm going, oh, this is kind of a nice cozy. This is friendship books. It does take on the siege of Sarajevo. It gets a little more heavy in the middle of the book, but so well done. Highly recommend. And I'm looking forward to reading, I think it's called For the Love of Saffron, who is also, it's a book written by the same writer. It was previous Frida and Kate. It's not connected, it was just written
Her
before.
first
Yeah.
book before.
Book before. So I'm looking forward to reading that. It was very good. And then I read a handful of other shorter things because I could not focus either. Let's see.
So you didn't read your ancestor book?
No, I'm gonna have to skip through the little noisy little critters from Mulan.
I said we're gonna touch back every once in a while, and here we are.
I am
Still
good.
nothing.
Still nothing. I will say, for those of you who liked Wayward by Amelia Hart, Sirens is better.
Yeah.
We got it in, and I have to say, we know the books when they're coming, so the reserve list is sometimes we're first.
It's just staff.
We're first. If you liked Wayward but wanted a little bit deeper characterization, remember Wayward was her debut. Wow, Sirens goes deeper. It gives you what you want. Fantastic. So don't skip it. And I'm going to make some of you very jealous. I got to read a pre-pub copy of Kristen Harmel's newest one,
Ooh.
The Stolen Life of Colette Marceau. Those of you who like that timeline where you are looking at history as well as contemporary and dealing with past trauma, World War II. If you like that classic Kristen Harmel, that book's for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that was kind of it.
Yeah. Hey.
So I got those
You
read.
did a lot better than me.
I don't have a 7-month-old,
That's
so
true.
that's different.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
my granddaughter's around a lot, but
She'll sit and read with you.
she does.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mine will not.
But we do have a lot of new books coming in for the summer.
Yeah.
Summer reading.
Yeah. So my reading program is here. Come get your reading sheets. Log your 20 minutes. We have fun games, interactive games for you to do here for your minutes read. I'm looking forward to
I'm
it.
just going to tell you, Eden and Tyler did a fantastic job on getting the Game of Life,
Up and going.
the DeWitt version.
Yes.
Up and going, and they both did a great job. You are not going to want to miss participating.
Yeah.
The Game of Life DeWitt edition is part of the adult summer reading program.
Yep.
And guess what we brought back? Prizes!
Yeah, kids are so excited, so.
And you know what? We got cool prizes for the adults.
Yes.
So please stop in and get your reading sheets. You don't have to do any fancy registration.
Nope.
We'll just, when you finish your sheet, we take it from you so we can count it.
Yep. Yep.
That's what we have to do.
Great.
So prompts, and what's our number? I'm really hoping that it's one of my short books.
I hope I'll read it.
Oh,
Just one number,
this
please.
one. All right, number 11.
Ooh.
11.
I will hopefully be reading These Impossible Things by Salma El-Wardi. I can't remember what this one is about, but I think it's the cover is like splotchy colors.
I remember the cover of that one.
Yeah,
I don't think I've read it either.
we'll see.
We'll see. All right. I am going to be reading The Last List of Miss Judith Kratz. I just had to look that one up because I had stickered or something over top of my book list. list. But here, yeah, what is it going to be about? It's Southern fiction, so, you know, so it might be a little gothic.
Appellation? I feel like you've been doing a lot of Appellation.
I haven't, but, you know, this is more of, yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Well, we're both going to be surprised.
We'll see.
We'll see. Gonna be
Alright.
surprised.
And a book prompt. Hopefully it's one we like this time.
I hope it's one we can do, yes. And it is...
Pick a different one. I can't deal with it.
Sometimes it's okay to reject. Okay.
Okay.
Same one, almost.
Yeah.
It was almost the same one.
Same book, different font. Young adult.
All right.
That's...
All right, we're all reading a young adult novel. Okay, today was full of rejection. Total rejection.
We had to do the third one.
Trust us. Just trust us.
Young adult.
You know, I already know which one I'm going to read.
So you're good.
I am. I'm going to read a book called Please Pay Attention.
Yeah.
It is about a school shooting, and one of the students is wheelchair bound, and she was left. You know, while other students were taking cover, and she did not have that ability, and coming to terms with not only the trauma, but also what do people like her do.
Yeah.
And then, so I'm looking forward to reading. It's one of our brand new books.
Yeah.
Cover is great, so I'm really looking forward to reading it before I put it out.
Yeah. A light summer read.
A light summer read. It's more my reading style, at least.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. The other ones were not, so.
The other ones were way
I
not.
took pity.
She did take pity on me.
Young adult is good.
Yes.
So young adult and then 2 books we are both going to be surprised about.
They were on our list. They're on our piles somewhere.
Somewhere, yeah. So happy reading, and make sure you come level up this summer at the library.
Absolutely.